Hey crypto friends, for those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Garrett and welcome to Altcoin Radar. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Rune or THORChain charts and we're going to see where it might be headed, and we will cover both bullish and bearish scenarios as well, just to simply cover all of the different possibilities. And towards the end of the video I will cover the overall macro structure of the overall altcoin market as well. Now, for those of you who love trading crypto and would like to try out the same crypto exchanges I use regularly, feel free to go ahead and try out either the MEXC exchange or the Blowfin exchange with the links in the video description down below this video. Now, the reasons why I love these exchanges: I love MEXC because they have the cheapest trading fees in the entire industry, which is very, very nice because you simply get to keep more of your profits. Now, the reason why I love Blowfin is because they allow anybody from any country to be able to sign up and trade crypto futures. So if you're from the United States and you want to trade crypto futures, you can do it here on Blowfin, which is where I currently trade crypto futures as well. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at Rune on the daily chart. So when we're taking a look at Rune on the daily chart here, as you guys can clearly see, we had a very, very nice run upwards, which is very nice to see. And we started to create some higher lows going all the way up, which is also very nice to see. And currently where we are trading right now at $6.12 at the time of me filming, we are currently riding this layer right here where we hit on May 23rd, which is right down here at, let's see here, $5.95 or around there. And what I'm hoping happens here, guys, what I'm hoping happens here is we kind of create this as a midterm, kind of like a midterm double bottom, where we created this bottom here and this bottom here, and what will happen next is we end up actually going up to the upside and going up to this layer of resistance up here, and this double bottom will be the next higher low going upwards. All right, that is overall what I'm hoping happens here. Okay, and if we do end up going up to this layer of resistance here at $7.87, what I could see happening is we will come back down to retest this layer right here, which will become the next support level or midterm support level. We'll retest that, and if there's still enough momentum in Rune, we will end up going back up, gaining momentum again, and going through this resistance area and going back up to the next little area of midterm resistance, which would be right around here, before going back down and retesting support again, and then going back up to the next layer of resistance up here, and just continuing to create higher and higher lows all the way back up in a step-by-step fashion, like I talk about in a lot of my price update videos. Now, that's overall what we want to see happening here, but if something happens and we do end up having some kind of random black swan event or something like that, and we end up dropping big time, here's what I could see happening, okay? Let me go ahead and get rid of these yellow marks that I made. But here's what I could see happening if we do end up dropping instead of going upwards. All right, if we do end up continuing to drop, we'll end up dropping through this, what I would consider a midterm support level that we created right down here at $5.95, drop through it and either come down and retest this layer level right in here, which would be right around $5.43, or if that doesn't hold, then we'll end up dropping down to this layer down here at $4.49. All right, realistically though, in the grand scheme of things, with the way the market is currently going right now, I realistically don't see us going any further down than $4.14. We've got major support down here. We created pretty much a double bottom down here. We created it on, let's see here, we did it on March 5th of 2024, and we did it again, or we hit that same level again down here on April 13th of 2024. I just don't see us breaking down further than that level, okay? Unless some sort of big black swan event ended up happening, okay? Realistically, I see nothing but good things for Rune going forward, especially considering it is a very, very reputable project in the DeFi space, and it has been, you know, it has been a very, very wonderful platform. So overall, I do not see Rune breaking down below this level. All right. Now, if we go ahead and turn on some indicators, let's see what the indicators look like. The good thing with the indicators here is we are currently trading above the 200 EMA, which is very, very nice. All right. For those of you who don't know, trading above the 200 EMA is really what you want in a bullish uptrend. Okay. You want to be trading actually above all of the moving averages in an uptrend, which is what you see here. When price started to go haywire and go crazy to the upside, we ended up, obviously you can clearly see it visually. We are trading above all of the EMAs here, and that's what we realistically want to see moving forward in this uptrend here. So if we can if we can get price to continue going upwards, all of these moving averages are going to continue to follow it just like this all the way up. All right, and that's what we realistically want to see happening here. So let me go ahead and turn off the EMAs, and let's go ahead and take a look at the, come on, there we go. And let's go ahead and take a look at the Bollinger Bands. So with the Bollinger Bands are basically telling us that, okay, price went through the moving average to the downside, which means that, our momentum is kind of bearish right now. So we could end up dropping through this layer of midterm support right here and dropping down to the bottom of this bottom band down here. But if we do end up dropping to the bottom band, what we want to see happen here is we want to bounce off of it, go back to the upside and retest the moving average inside of it again and gain momentum, enough momentum to go above it and, and start to ride the top channel of the top of the Bollinger Bands here for a new uptrend. And that's realistically what we want to see here. Just like what we saw with this uptrend right here, as you guys can clearly see, we went down and we broke down to the bottom of the support, or bottom of the band here, and we ended up bouncing off of it and started going up, and we ended up riding the very top of the bands all the way up and then coming back down, and we retested the moving average again and went back up, and we were pretty bullish back up there. Okay, and as you can see here, that is pretty much what happened here as well. We went up, we passed the moving average, we were pretty bullish, we went way up, then we came back down to test this moving average again, we bounced off of it again and went back up, and then we came back down to test it again, and then we went back up, but it didn't go up as high as this level here. That pretty much tells us that momentum is currently dropping, and we are starting to drop more now. Okay. So you want to keep an eye on these things and make sure that, if you are trading this coin back and forth, that you are watching all of these various levels as well. Okay, now when we take a look at stochastic RSI and the regular RSI, we can clearly see that both stochastic RSI and regular RSI are both extremely oversold. Well, actually, regular RSI isn't too oversold. It's a little bit down further from the neutral level, but stochastic RSI is pretty oversold. All right, so we can fully expect that price action will continue to start making an upward movement at some point in time here, but that it doesn't happen all the time. As you guys can clearly see, stochastic RSI right here pretty much trended down below the 30 line on the RSI for, let's see here, March 18th to April 18th. It trended down there for an entire month as we were dropping from this extremely high uptrend here. All right, so keep in mind all of these different things that you take a look at and all of these different indicators that you take a look at, they all give you a general idea of what is currently happening with the overall coin in these macro views. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the total 3, which is the overall market cap for the overall altcoin market. Now, as you guys can clearly see, we've got 3 major levels of support down here. We've got one at the major one at $558 billion, another one at $595 billion, another one at $623 billion. And these are all basically higher lows that we have created going upwards. All right. And what I'm hoping happens here right now, where we're at right now, is that we end up going down to the bottom of this rising wedge that we've got going on here, and we end up creating another higher low, and altcoins end up going back up to the top of the channel again. All right, but realistically, we want to break the top of this rising wedge channel right here and head towards this layer up here of resistance of $765 billion. Okay, realistically, that is what we want to see happen. Okay, but in a bearish scenario, I mean, realistically, if you guys aren't familiar with rising wedge patterns, they usually lead to a downside movement. Okay, but they do not happen all the time, just most of the time. So I'm not saying that will end up happening, but it's just something to be aware of and keep an eye on, okay? But overall here, you guys, before I go ahead and wrap up this video, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button below the video, and leave me a comment below on your personal thoughts on where you think the price of what was I doing here? Of where you personally think the prices are going to go here within the short term. And with that said, you guys, for those of you who stuck around and watched the entire video, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you all in my future videos.